Here's your sign to bake bread this weekend if you have an oven at home and you've never used it before. Let's just glide right into the recipe. It's very simple and easy. So you need lukewarm water. To test to see if your water is warm enough, just dip your finger in there. If you're able to withstand the heat for 5 to 10 seconds, then it's ready to take your yeast. Please use quality yeast. Don't use yeast that is old and dead, or else you'd have just wasted your effort and your ingredients, okay? Now you're going to add the yeast to the warm water, add the sugar as well, mix everything together, and then leave it for it to froth up. This will take about 5 to 10 minutes. So next up, I just bring all the dry ingredients together. The flour, the powdered milk, and then salt. You can add evaporated milk if you prefer, but then I find it to be too rich for this particular bread. It's a dry bread, okay? So I think the powdered milk is the best option for this. So mix all of that and then set aside until the yeast is ready to be added in. This is exactly how the yeast mixture should look like in the end. If it doesn't look like this, please don't even bother to add it, because you're going to end up with rock bread. Let's end up with rock bread in the end, and it won't be funny, okay? So please make sure your yeast is active, okay? I added vanilla to that yeast mixture before mixing with the dry ingredients. So from this point on, I'm going to just mix everything together, fold in the margarine, and then knead this for about 5 minutes. Then set it aside for it to rise. So when I was in primary 5, class 5, in Achimota Basic School, there was a lady who used to bake this bread, and was like tea bread buns in the afternoon, like right after school. She would time them so perfectly that right after school closes, her bread is ready. And we used to walk, like a group of us would walk from school to the station, Achimota station, to, board cars home. So this was like a treat. If you don't save enough money to buy, oh my dear, you're going to be so miserable, because everybody bought one for themselves, 1 or 2, whatever you could afford. You could add a chocolate drink with it, or water, or any drink of choice. Just enjoy it. And this is so nostalgic, like it reminded me of those times. Okay, so after kneading the dough, you put it back in the bowl and then cover it. You can decide to skip the cling film part. You can just cover with a napkin and then leave it to rise. Because my yeast was much, usually you leave it to rise for about 1 hour. Mine rose in about 40 minutes. So when it's done, just deflate it. This is so therapeutic when you do it. Just punch the dough, and then you knead it again. The dough, after it rises, becomes very easier to work with. It's softer, and once you knead it, becomes smoother. So just dust your working surface with flour. Use as much flour as you need, okay? Then knead it some more, not so long, just to smoothen it out. I'd wanted to make 6 parts from this dough when I began, but then I realized that I wouldn't get the sizes of bread that I was looking for. So I ended up divided them into 4 parts. So when you divide it, just roll it out. Not too flat. Well, I didn't even measure to know the thickness of it, but then I hope my video can help. Just roll it out until it's, it stretches. Then you fold it onto itself. Pinch the sides, okay? And then that's it. You form a log and then place it aside. Do the same for the rest of the dough. Then you leave it to rise a second time, for it to cool a second time. Oh, these look so beautiful. So, once they've proofed, okay, I like to brush it with some milk and then sprinkle some flour on it then bake for about 30 to 40 minutes. I like my bread brown, so I leave it longer in the oven, okay? If you like white bread, you can bake for about 25 minutes to 30 minutes when you see that it's browning just enough to your taste, okay? Now, another thing you want to notice, not to leave your bread out for too long for it to proof. If you do that, if you forget about it, or you think, oh, it's risen enough, I can leave it out to rise some more, it's going to affect the taste of the bread. It's going to have a bitter aftertaste when it's done, and you may not enjoy your bread that way. So, tops 40 minutes to an hour is enough time for it to rise. Here's what mine looks like after 40 minutes in the oven. And it's so good. Oh my goodness. Like, it's soft, it's pillowy, it springs back. And you can enjoy this with any spread of choice chocolates, peanut butter, jam, or you can just enjoy it on its own with a drink. And if you've not tasted hot bread in your life, oh my God, you're missing out. So that's why you have to make some for yourself. Okay, it's so easy to make. So try something different this weekend. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you and bye.